It's September 14th, and here's what you need to know today. We've got a diplomatic crisis boiling over in the Middle East. We've got violent clashes erupting on the streets of London. And, believe it or not, a massive solar storm is taking aim at Earth. Let's get right into the day's essential headlines.
First up, we're tracking some critical flashpoints that are really heating up across the globe. Then, we'll take a look at the world of finance, and it's a real story of incredible progress, right up against some major setbacks.
And finally, we're going to look up to the cosmos for two stories that I promise will change your whole sense of scale. Okay, our first headline takes us straight to the Middle East, where, a world on edge is basically holding its breath right now. So what's happening is that right now, in Doha, a major diplomatic summit is underway. And this isn't just any meeting. It's an extraordinary session of both the Arab League and the Organization of Islamic Cooperation. They've come together in urgent response to an Israeli airstrike that happened inside Qatar. The implications here are just huge, bringing all these regional powers together under some really explosive circumstances. From Doha, let's jump over to London, where some pretty significant civil unrest has just erupted. An anti-immigration rally has really escalated, and it's turned violent right on the city streets. And the scale of this is, frankly, striking. You've got over 100,000 people who gathered for this. That's a huge turnout, and it really signals some deep social tensions brewing. And you can just see how volatile the situation is. The clashes between protesters and police left at least 26 officers injured. Meanwhile, the situation is also escalating over in Eastern Europe. For the second time now, a Russian drone has been detected inside NATO airspace, this time over Romania. Look, this is a repeated provocation, and it's the kind of thing that puts the entire military alliance on high alert. All right, let's shift gears to the economy, where we're seeing this fascinating picture of really contrasting fortunes playing out across Asia. The economic story in Asia today is just one of incredible contrast. On one hand, you have Indonesia, where severe flooding in Bali has absolutely devastated infrastructure and just crippled their vital tourism sector. But at the exact same time, neighboring Vietnam is pushing full steam ahead, approving 8 major new projects to build its future. It's just a really powerful look at how differently a single day can unfold for two countries. Then you've got Singapore, where the economic story is one of, surgical precision. The government there has identified a specific bottleneck in their workforce, these long waits for commercial driving licenses. So what's their solution? They're prioritizing these lessons for citizens, for permanent residents, and even for some foreign workers, all to get the logistics industry moving faster. It's a really smart, targeted fix to a very specific problem. For our final section, we're going to pull the camera way back, from global politics and economics all the way to the cosmos itself. Yeah, these next two headlines are just a great reminder that some of the biggest events shaping our reality are actually happening light years away. So check this out. Astronomers have just made an incredible discovery: a rogue black hole, completely untethered, just speeding through a nearby galaxy. And as if that wasn't wild enough, something very strange is happening much closer to home. A massive, butterfly-shaped hole has opened up in the sun's corona. And that hole on the sun? It's not just some cosmic curiosity. It has direct consequences for us right here. This event is expected to send a stream of solar particles directly our way, potentially sparking solar storms all around the globe this coming weekend. And that could affect everything from our satellites to our power grids. So, after a day of summits and protests and solar flares, what does it all mean? Let's try and connect some of these dots. Today's headlines really paint a picture of a world with 3 distinct layers, There's a layer of immense friction defined by human conflict and political tension. Then, below that, there's this layer of stark economic contrasts. And towering over all of it, you have these cosmic forces that kind of remind us just how small our daily dramas really are. And that really leaves us with one final question. When you look at everything, from the diplomatic table to the surface of the sun, which of these stories, which of these headlines, will ultimately be the one that defines our future? That's your briefing for today.